Hello, hello, hello. What is good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Chamomile.
And Combo, the
The
Connection
Connection
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's been a
Yeah,
while, y'all. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. It's a beautiful day. We're together, we're filming, we're speaking.
That's what I'm talking about. And I know the listeners, I know y'all missed us, and we hope that you've enjoyed the last episodes that we've released. We're just excited because this episode we're going to be talking about, more on, of not necessarily talking the talk, but walking the walk. And to start it off, I would just like to give you a quote from one of the like greatest philosophers of our time, and Stoic, and that is Marcus Aurelius. And he wrote in his personal journal, Meditations, quote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one," end quote. And what that means is, as individuals, as humans, we have to stop trying to debate, trying to use our words to inspire or captivate people's attention of what we are and what we've done and how good we are and all these things, and just be an example. And there's many ways of doing that through our actions and the way we live our life.
That's beautiful. I really love that whole concept because I think it's true. Sometimes you really do just stick to philosophical discussion and don't actually just be like he was saying. So maybe for somebody that's just starting out, what does being look like to you guys?
It's a good question, Sai. You want
I
to
think,
take it?
yeah, no, there's a lot of actions that can fall into the being, with, like you said, leading by example. It can be something very simple, very quiet. I think that's when really most of the good work gets done is in in silence. When you're there for your friend who's in need, you're present in the people that you present with the people that you care about. Your acts of service, acts of love, these are things that you can do just starting in your immediate surroundings. I think that's a good way to start.
Absolutely. And I would just say when you mention being Olivia, I could take it another step to piggyback what Sai is saying is when I think about being, I think about a mind state as well. Just being true to yourself and recognizing who you are and having absolute confidence in yourself. And by being in that state of mind, you know when to speak, when not to speak. You do things because it's something that you want to do genuinely versus doing it artificially, meaning you're doing it because you want the attention and you want validation from individuals outside of yourself because that makes you feel good. But when you do it because that's just who you are and it's part of your character, um, you begin to not have so much, what's the word? So much, you don't need a lot of recognition for what you do, and you
Right.
just do it. And when you do it, people will see it and they will begin to be inspired by it. And like Sai said, when you do it, when you're just there, when someone asks you for something and you do it, or when a friend is talking to you about what they're going through and you just pop up, or you say, hey, can I come? And you know you're there. Your actions speak louder than your words, you know. That's my perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, with I lost my train of thought.
No, it's absolutely fine.
It
That
happens.
happens.
You're being.
I'm being.
Right.
I'll pick it right up. Y'all keep going. I'll pick it right up.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can get so distracted by trying to be like perfectionism, or trying to be like what other people need sometimes too, that you can lose yourself of being in those moments. And like because I think it goes both ways. Sometimes it's you get lost in being, when you have those kind of selfish motivations, and you get lost in being when you're trying to match exactly what someone else is looking for, instead of just having an identity and being the person you were meant to be. Because I'm a firm believer in every single person has different qualities to create like a perfect in and being, because you're the only you that there can ever be.
Yeah.
So your qualities are meant to be recognized without you trying, because that's just who you are. It doesn't have to be about anything, just like you guys are saying.
Right.
The
Exactly.
motivation can just be living your life and trying to do good, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hmm.
Yeah, trying. And
Absolutely.
I love when you say trying, because that's what is very important. If we are trying to strive to be the best version of ourselves, we are operating in being. We are being who we are because we're trying, because that's the goal, to reach to be the best version of ourselves, whatever that may be. And if we're putting in the effort, and we're trying our very best, that is a great example of being an example of what it's like to strive to live the best life that you can live to the best of your ability. So yes, Olivia, you're 100% correct. I love your thoughts on that and what you've shared.
Yep. And I think going off of what you guys are saying, and I remember what I was gonna say, which directly relates to what you guys
Awesome.
just said. Olivia, you said something about identity, and Jeremy, you said, it's about trying as well, right? And I
Yeah.
think what goes along with that is intention. What is your intention when you're doing something good? Is it
Mhm.
like, is that your identity? Is that who you are, or is that something you're trying to portray yourself as? Is that something you're looking um, for validation from maybe your friends, maybe your family, whoever that might be? I'd say is kind of a big question for people to ask themselves when they're presented with these situations. And yeah, like it really comes down to what your intentions are. And I think that leads your character. And yeah, like that speaks volumes for itself.
Yep. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And really just you know, when you wake up every day and you have things planned, or you have an idea of what you want to do throughout the day, and you execute it, that right there, what you've done is you have successfully accomplished things that you had your mind set on. And to piggyback what you mentioned, Cy and Olivia, you've you've made a commitment to do what it is that you have set yourself to do. And sometimes we minimize small things that we do, and we think accomplishments have to be something huge, but actually getting up, washing dishes is an accomplishment. You
Huge.
get what I'm saying? A huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Right.
Taking out the
Genuine.
trash, or doing what you say, or not what you say you're gonna do, what you had in your mind to do, and doing it. That's an accomplishment. And like you
Hmm.
said, Olivia, a huge one. So that's something that we just have to think about. Just small steps, doing things is a start, and that it can elevate over time to something big and huge because you build confidence over time throughout that process.
It's true. It's all about building those good habits too, because I'm not gonna lie, laundry is the bane of my existence. It's it never ends, and I don't want to put it away.
Yeah.
But I do. It's interesting because when I finally do get to it, which I've been improving on that a lot, because I realized just doing those small things actually just makes I feel like my cortisol just drops, and I'm like, a clean space. It's all together. Like, we did that. So, and by we, I'm referring to myself, but no, I really do. I want the audience to know I'm not being sarcastic when it's like you plan to do the dishes and you did it. Like, because sometimes we get stuck in that executive dysfunction, and then we build an identity in that, or a humor in that, and you don't need to. Like,
It's very true. And in order for us to be whom and what we are capable of becoming and being is also by having good character. And I know we brought it up on one of our episodes, but I just want to touch up on it. Character speaks a lot of a volume. And what comes with character is your honesty, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat others, standing on your word. If you speak something, you actually do it, and you go over and beyond when doing it. It's just having those true core values about yourself, about those you love and care about, and about your surroundings, and just having your moral compass intact. Because a lot of times we think if we do something for somebody and we do it, and then we say, okay, oh, I got good character because I did this. See, that's ego. That's not good character.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Right.
So it's a big difference. But if you do something for somebody because it's something that you want to do from the heart, and you want to do it because it's something that you innate want to do without worrying about the validation or who's looking, you just doing it out of your passion and out of your core. That is an example of good character.
Right.
Um,
Exactly. Goes back to intentions again,
yeah,
what is your intentions in doing the supposed good thing? But I would say, like, going along with this is, I think, in my opinion, I think we need to put out the disclaimer again that we're not licensed therapists, but
right.
yes,
We're not
yes.
therapists. We're
Nope.
not psychiatrists, psychologists, counselors. We're not. We're just individuals giving our opinions, y'all. So just don't
exactly.
forget.
We're
Exactly.
just buddies. We're just buddies.
Exactly. With that being said, I was gonna say I think it's time for people to stop caring about how they're perceived.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
especially by people that they don't even care about. You know,
Right.
like you shouldn't care about how society at large views you. I understand perception does mean something when it comes to like your immediate family and your friends. But even at that level, I'd say the more you value your perception, I think the further away you are from your true self,
Yeah.
because I think that can hinder you from truly doing things that you would do. When, in the back of your head, you're going, man, my mom wouldn't want me to do this. My friends would really look down on me or something like that. Now, if you're doing something terrible, obviously that should stop you. But,
Yeah, listen to yourself.
Yep.
but I say this in terms of just truly finding yourself and, building these good habits. I'd say just let go of the perception and just be.
I totally agree with that because I think sometimes, especially if you've grown up kind of in an environment where your family or your friend group had a lot of can like just a lot of conditions, if you think back, you're like, oh, if I didn't act this way, I wouldn't have been they wouldn't have been my friend, or my mom wouldn't have loved me. Some people, that was their situation growing up. And
Right.
it's like important to be aware that that is your that was your upbringing, and enact that change for good in yourself, that you don't have to hear the voices of your like childhood friends or your family dynamic. You can be who you are and build your own life without worrying that you'll disappoint anybody, because at the end of the day, the biggest thing for yourself is to not be a disappointment to yourself. If you're doing something you love, that and you're feeling good about it, like Sai was saying, like going for it, even if you might not have like people that can see your vision, it's a good step in growing in that emotional maturity and awareness to be better in those relationships. And by better, I mean just do things differently and accept people for who they are and not have those conditions.
Right. And I do want to add something to that. I think I firmly believe in this. I think we should all practice unconditional love. Um,
Yes.
I don't think it's right for people to have to earn your love. I think especially like your friends, your family, but even in a general sense of, love for a fellow human being, I don't think that should be earned or something that comes with conditions. I think love is something you give out just to everybody. And I think that in and of itself will guide um, your actions. And I feel like if you're truly practicing that, you can't help but be good.
Yeah. And unconditional love, I totally agree with you, Sai. Unconditional love really is the key. But just in case you might not be aware, like listeners, unconditional love does not mean you have no boundaries for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because sometimes that's the other confusion where you're like,
Yes.
I feel like we've all been there sometimes where we're like trying to love someone the best we can. And you, like we were saying earlier, you can't compromise on your boundaries in that
Right.
way. So you can do both. You can unconditionally love, maintain your boundaries, and make sure like your needs are met, because communication, as you know, we love communication on this podcast. Communication is key, and you should feel in a state of unconditional love. You should feel like you can communicate your needs safely and that they would be respected.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Absolutely. Yep. I like that. I like that. I was just tuning in, just listening to the amazing things that you've always spoken on. Um, I one thing, and I'm sure listeners probably want to know, what can we do as in what's the starting point? What is it that we could do to get the ball rolling or to get the gears shifting to the point where we can just be who we are and show it through our actions. And there's a formula for that, and it's called Ikigai. Olivia, you want to touch up on that, or Sai, and let the listeners know what Ikigai is and what it means and how they can apply that and how it could get them on their path of purpose and meaning and being authentic with themselves.
Yeah. I can start. Ikigai is a Japanese concept around purpose, and I think it really is kind of starts with some self-awareness and identifying what you love, like reflecting on what you're genuinely good at, and then looking. So after that self-reflection, you look externally and you go, okay, with what I love and with what I'm good at, what does the world need right now? And then one step further, because in order for us to live in the world, we need to get paid. So
Yep.
what does the world need? And then what can I get paid for? So what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can get paid for.
That's pretty good.
Yep. And when Olivia mentioned what are you good at, one thing you could do is, as an individual, for the listeners, one thing you could start out by doing is reflecting on skills and accomplishments, things that you are skilled at or that you recognize over the past few years, months, things that you're skilled at, things you've accomplished, identifying, natural talents that you may have, areas where you kind of excel and you kind of, master, rather if it's doing things with your hands or coming up with ideas, and, considering how your perspective and your thoughts may add value to a situation. One thing that I always talk about, and I'll be very brief on this, with a lot of individuals that I mentor, is purpose. I know a lot of people hear that word and they're like, oh, okay, what you mean by that? Well, purpose, and it's aligned with Ikigai, purpose is something that you would do, and it's something that you would do just out of compassion. Now, of course, you will eventually make it into a career, something you can get paid for, if that's something that you would like to go do in that direction, if you want to go that direction. But it will be anything that makes you happy thinking about it. It makes you happy while you're doing it, and you're still happy after you've done it. So for the listeners, if you don't know what your purpose is, and this works a lot of the time with a lot of people that I've shared, just think about this. Your purpose will be something that you enjoy doing. You feel good thinking about doing it before you even do it. And after you've done it, you still feel a lot of joy and a lot of peace after you've done that very thing. It could be painting. It could be helping someone. It could be gardening, whatever the case may be. When you have so much joy within yourself, just thinking about it, and while you're doing it, and after you've done it, that should be your starting point. Whatever that may be. Hell, it may be fishing. it may be jogging and listening to music as you jog or whatever, because it's unlimited. But whatever that is, that is more than likely your purpose, which doesn't mean it won't change, but it could be a starting point. That is what has helped me, and that's kind of like what the formula of Ikigai is pretty much letting individuals know, is giving them steps that they can take. And if you use that formula it will get you started. I guarantee you, because there will be something when you read the formula that you'll be like, oh, I didn't think about that. Actually, this. And that's what's unique about the whole framework for Ikigai. The first step is what you love. One of the is four elements. What you love, Olivia touched up on that. What you are good at, Olivia and Saya touched up on that. What the world needs, and then number four, what you can get paid for. But just start out by asking, what do I love doing for free? And you'll realize it's right in front of you. You've been doing it the whole time. You didn't realize it because of the distractions of the world. So I just wanted to share that, y'all. And I said it was going to be brief, but I went kind of a little longer. So I apologize to the listeners
No,
and to you
That's what we're
all.
here for.
no.
That's what we're here for.
I love what you said about that it could change. Your purpose could change or like transform,
Yes.
you know, because I feel like that is the key. People are afraid that people feel like purpose should look one way. And it's exactly what you're saying, Jeremy. It'll look one way today and it will transform in the future.
Yes.
So that's just beautiful. I really loved that. I loved all of it. But that stuck out. That stuck out. I was like, yes, that's the key. There's transformation and change involved.
Right.
Yeah.
And building off of that, another thing is it's never too late for you to find your purpose.
Yes. Yes. That is so
Say it
true.
again.
And
Say it
it's
again.
never too late to find your purpose. Because I feel like a lot of people fall into this at whatever age. I mean, even in their 20s, but I've seen people in their 30s, 40s. You know, I think of this one character from The Bear. His name's Richie.
Uh-huh.
And he has a really
Yes.
beautiful arc. You know, he was in his 30s or 40s. But this guy who feels like he's got no purpose, just going through the motions of life with nothing to really live for. But there's just one particular episode in that series that like changes everything for him. And I really do recommend that you guys go out and watch it for yourself. But I say that to say every person has that ability to find their purpose. And yeah, every second counts. That's another thing. Every second counts. And by second, I mean second. It's a second chance, you know. Like it's
Yes.
not there. You don't just have one shot at life. You don't just have one chance to figure everything out. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna think you have something that you like Olivia said. You might think you have what you think is your purpose right now, but you might not feel the same way 5 years later, which is fine because again, it's never too late and you can always find your new purpose.
Yep, and it's a part of the human evolution. We are designed to, and I know I'm probably getting deep by saying this, but forgive me. But and this is just my belief. I believe that we all were designed to reach the highest version of ourselves, and part of our evolution is the experience itself. When we try things out that we enjoy, like our purpose, and it changes, don't feel discouraged because that's part of the human evolution. You're evolving to another individual. Your consciousness is expanding because you've gained knowledge from that one thing that you enjoyed, and now you've elevated to something else, which doesn't mean that what you've elevated from, you will no longer do. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you've gotten a little bit of this, you've gotten the experience, you've mastered this. Now you're ready to challenge yourself and try something anew, and that's part of us evolving as human beings. So I just want to share that. And like Sai saying, it's never too late. If you're 50, if you're 60, and you still want to go to college, go. Don't think just because you've reached a certain age, or if you're very young and you feel that you can't speak your opinion when you're in the midst of individuals that's older than you. Don't count yourself out, because we can learn from each other. it's all about the experience itself. So I just wanted to just add that on there in the mix of what we're discussing to piggyback on what you were saying, Sai and Olivia.
I love that. No, I love that encouragement because it's true. It's like there is no excuse in trying and not go after who you are meant to be.
Correct.
You know? And like, don't count out the good people in your life and thinking that they wouldn't support you, or like if you don't know where to start, go into your community and just have conversations like with your friends, like, this process, I'm a little bit scared to do this. Like, you're not alone,
Right.
Never alone.
Right. I think it really does help to have people around you that want the best for you.
Yes.
Which, that's a whole other thing, surround yourself with people that truly want the best for you. But when you do have that support, and you let yourself rely on that support, because I think that's another issue that people tend to have, is they feel like they have
that's the
to do it all
ego.
alone. Right. That's the ego. They feel like they have to do it on their own. There's the stigma of, I can't have no handouts. I can't have no help. I got to do this on my own, but it doesn't work like that. And having that support really lets you have the courage to take those steps, I think.
And go further and just being vulnerable and who you are,
Yep.
And I noticed we're getting down on time. We probably got 8 minutes left, listeners, and I know the conversation was getting good, but I will say this as it pertains to what we've discussed, and just to summarize it up with this. There's an old philosophy that says, quote, actions speak louder than words. Meaning, what you do and how you do it, and what you do just in general overall, communicates and shares a story with the observer and with those who are around you and who are watching you, because you best believe there's always somebody who have their eyes on you, that look up to you, that's in your periphery, in your everyday life. So I'm not saying go out and try to measure yourself based upon the environment. What I'm saying is be careful how you move, how you operate, and try to be the best version of yourself, because by doing that, you will, I promise you, it never fails. I am very confident in what I'm about to say. If you live the best life you can live, I promise you will inspire someone or several someone's in such a way that it will give them the confidence to be the best versions of themselves. It never fails. I was inspired by someone. Olivia was inspired by someone. Sai was inspired by someone. It could have been their parents, whoever. But you best believe there's always someone who's watching you. So you don't have to talk loud and try to get attention. Only thing you have to do is just be the best version of yourself. And I guarantee you, you will inspire others, and you will feel more connected with yourself in the environment versus artificial, which is what some people feel because they know they're not being true to themselves. And I think that's the key reason a lot of us are sad, or a lot of people in general are sad and they don't feel motivated. And it's because they're not living a genuine life. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think that's a good note to end this episode on. Do y'all have any last words?
Look up Ikigai, and it's spelled Ikigai. Again, Ikigai, Ikigai. I really want y'all to look into that word. Find what your purpose is. Seek help. There's life coaches out there. I'm a life coach. I'm not trying to sell myself, but I'm just saying, if for the listeners, if you're looking for a mentor or whatever, you can follow us on Chamomile_Convo on our Instagram. Send us an inbox and message us, and we'll try our best to get you on the right path, or to point you in the right direction. Olivia, you have anything?
Just be. Don't argue. Don't argue about what being good is. Don't worry about what others how others would perceive you. Just be who you are. Let your heart bleed, and you're here for a purpose. So don't be afraid to search after that, even if it feels hopeless, because it's not hopeless.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, you all take care. For all the listeners, thank you for joining us again, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.